All right, everyone. Good evening and welcome to this presentation. Today, we're going to talk about the Nostra AI Prof and crowdfunding. So the first batch of these took place in February. We started February, and by the grace of God, it's going pretty awesome. Yeah. So this is the last batch that we're going to be introducing by God's grace. And well, before we just go right into it, I would just like to quickly sound a very quick disclaimer. Please, whatever you hear today is strictly for educational purposes and should not be taken say financial advice. So please do well to pause this video, read this disclaimer before you proceed. So Nostra AI, why it is not new to some of us, it might be new to some of us as well. So it's actually a cutting-edge expert advisor that is designed to trade the forex markets with focus on risk management and profitability. Like I keep on saying, a lot of us might have tried several expert advisors in the past, of which just one trade and the whole of your account is wiped out. But Nostra AI is not like that. It's an AI with the edge. That's what I call it. So what sets Nostra AI apart is basically two key features, which is what the risk management. Yes, so Nostra AI, unlike other AIs out there, has a particular loss is willing to take as it's going into the market. And it has a particular take profit as well that is willing to take as it's going into the market. So because of this, your capital is always protected whenever a trade is on. And also, unlike if you are trading on your own, as humans that we are, you are always bound to, attach your emotions to the trade. But with Nostra, it takes its trade based on data. And as a result of that, all the decisions it made are driven by your data and not emotions. So as a result of this tool, the AI is able to adapt to various market conditions and will give us consistent return while minimizing risk. So, what is Nostra AI prop firm crowdfunding? But before I go into that, I would like to just quickly talk about the risk management aspects of Nostra AI. So, Nostra AI actually has a risk to reward of 1:2. In other words, for every trade it goes into is risky. If it's risky 1% to get 2%. It's risking 0.25% to get 5%. So we will talk more about that when we talk about the prop firm. So what is a prop firm? A prop firm is actually a proprietary trading firm that provides trader with capital to trade the financial markets using the firm's money in exchange for a share of the profits. So what this simply means is that the prop firm gives the trader a simulated account, a demo account, and then the trader actually demonstrate their skills, So there are sets of conditions that are being set for the trader to pass. And then when the trader was able to do this, then the prop firm will then offer you or the capital and the support for you to be able to trade the account. So again, how does it work? First of all, there's the evaluation phase. In this case, the account will be purchased in the $200,000 account has a phase one and a phase two. So the evaluation phase has a target of 6%. So once you are given the $200,000 account, you are to make what 6% of the $200,000. Once you successfully do that without breaching the rules, now, what are the rules? One of the major rules is you must not lose more than 30% a day. The moment you lose more than 30% a day, the account is gone. Your money you use in purchasing the account is gone. And the second one is that you must not lose more than 6% in total of the $200,000. So Nostra AI is able to take care of this such a way that we will be risking just 1% per day. So any day we hit a loss of 1%, the boat automatically stop trading for that day. As a result of which, we will not breach the 3% maximum daily loss, so we'll be on the safer side. And then also, they have overall loss of 6%. So it simply means that we need to lose like maybe 5, 6, 7 days consecutively without any win at all for us to lose the account. And for those of us who have been with Australia, you know that is practically impossible because of the way the boat trades. So um, after you pass the evaluation phase, like I said, the phase one, the target is 6%. The phase two, the target is still 6%. So once you pass that, then you go into the funded phase where you'll be given the capital, of which any profits you make, the company takes 20% and then they pay us what? 80%. So what are the pros and the cons of actually trading prop firms? Like everything in life, there's a risk. Yes, it's not 100% risk free. The only thing is that it gives us a leverage. That's what we're banking on. So for prop firm, the cons are simply that many traders face challenges. I can tell you. Um, and then I think the statistics is even like 95% of traders actually purchase this prop firm and they do fail the challenges. Even the 5% that do pass, once in a while they still fail as well. And then again, firms may change the rules. Because at a particular point in time, they can just, like these rules I mentioned now, they can come tomorrow and say, no, now we're changing it. You must not lose more than 2% a day. It can happen. That is part of the game. But whatever they do, Nostria is able to adapt to it. And then they can also know no guaranteed income here. So what are the pros? The pros is that you have access to large capital. You have reduced personal risk because after you purchase the account, you're no longer trading with your own money. Now you're using the first money to trade. And then we also have what high profit potential along with what advanced tech and what skills. So this is where Nostra AI comes in. All the cons that I've mentioned, Nostra AI takes care of them 100%. It provides what data-driven trade on emotional to maximize profit while what minimizing the risk, helping us to succeed in the what perfect challenge. So here is a plan for the crowdfunding. So we are hoping to raise what $1,300. Everybody will contribute a minimum of what $100 per slot. That is what we are contributing. And then once that is we need 13 slots. That's what it means. And 13 slots, that's what is open for this batch B to be filled up, and that's the end. I don't think there will be any more perfect crowdfunding after this. I don't think so, unless the team gives really go ahead. Like initially I was thinking that was the last one, but they gave the go ahead that we should open one more, and that is what we have done now. So once we go get the 1,300, they will purchase the $200,000 account with $800, and then the remaining $500 that will be for the subscription fees for the team to pass the challenge, both the phase one and the phase two, and then to continue trading it for us. And then, of course, at the end of the trading day, there is also the profit sharing. So why should you join Nostra AI crowdfunding? One, you collaborate with like-minded traders who share your vision. You experience a transparent crowdfunding process to grow together. All the daily results, or rather weekly results, will be posted in the crowdfunding, Profit crowdfunding group. Will be added there where we share the progress as we go. And then you have what access to Profit account with a small personal investment and unlock bigger or trading opportunities. Normally, with $100, you cannot get access to a $200,000 account anywhere. But with the aid of crowdfunding, that becomes what possible, and you're able to um you know uh, maximize the opportunity. So this is just an illustration as regard to someone who has a $200,000 account, and then let's say someone who have a $1,100 trading account. So you could see that from trading with a $200,000 account, let's assume that in a year, this is an assumption. In a year, let's assume you even made 30% of that $200,000, which is what, remember I said the prop firm will take 20%, they will give you 80%. So that 30% of $200,000, that is 60,000. So once the profit split has happened with the prop firm, you will go home with what 80%, which is what $48,000. And then if you do that mathematics now based on the amount we used to purchase the prop firm, that is over 4,264% returns. But let's assume that somebody with that same 1,100 traded a live account, and maybe in a year we got like 300%. You see the big difference as between trading with the live account and trading with a prop firm. So this is how we're going to share the profits later on. So assuming in the year we're able to cash out $48,000 from these prop firm. Mind you, when we say in a year, it doesn't mean that it's after 1 year, that is when you start seeing your profits. No. With this particular account we are going to purchase in, there we'll be purchasing. There's a very mind-blowing caveat to it, which is that's why I said it's better than the first one we purchased. So with this one, once you are able to pass your phase one, phase two, there is this daily withdrawal. That is, any day you make profit, that very day, because usually with prop firms, your withdrawal is like every 2 weeks. But with this particular account that we're going to purchase right now, your withdrawal can be daily. So meaning that, like for instance, now throughout this week, the boats traded, there was no loss. For all those days we made profits, we could easily withdraw the money and then we share it out to everybody. Everybody gets their money for that day. So meaning for as long as we make profit every day with this particular model, we keep on sharing profits every day. So assuming that in a year now we're able to make $48,000, of which I can tell you this number it's very, very conservative. In all honesty, it is conservative. But assuming this was the case, and then we made this amount, so 70% of it will be shared by the community, while 30% will go to the Nostra AI team. So based on the amount you contributed, if you contributed just $100, it means that in a year, your $100 would have turned to $2,580. You can see, as opposed to like $300 if you were trading directly. So if you had 2 slots, your $200 would have turned to $5,160. What about if you have 5 slots? Like I said, you can take 1 slot, 2 slots, 3 slots as you are capable of. What about if you have 5 slots? It means your $500 would have turned to what, $12,900 in that year. And like I told you, conservative. The results can be times 4 of these, times 2 of these, times even times 10 of this is very possible in this space, I can assure you. So these are just some screenshots of people who have been paid, from prop firms, see some withdrawals, 6,000, 6,000. These are live withdrawals from different people. This was myself when I traded an account sometime back, I think last 2 years, yeah. So I purchased this account with $482. I was able to cash out $2,600, and yeah, it was painful. I did lose the account later on because then I was trading it manually. So yeah, so this was a screenshot of that. And this one also, some other persons see withdraw 16,000. So it's massive. It's massive. And these are it. See this person for $7,000 is what has been paid, to this particular person. So to tell you that the potential in the profile space is very massive. Another one, 22,000, 5,000. So just like that. So this is just a quick overview. This is today's results that I posted on the group earlier on. So, like I said, we already have accounts running under prop firm crowdfunding. But this particular 200K belongs to just an investor. It doesn't belong to the whole community. This one belongs to just one person. So this particular 200K account, which is the one you're seeing on your left, made $3,790. So imagine this is actually okay. No, this one is a $100,000 account. Sorry, I beg your pardon. This is a $100,000 account by the community. This one is for the community. So this one made for this week it has made $3,790, and then for today alone it made what, $1,056. This was a live trade that happened today. So if you see, this is the one for the $200,000 account that I was saying about that belongs to an investor. So this one today is made $2,420. So assuming this was a live, the master account of the prop firm after we've passed the phase one, the phase two, and then we made this today, what would have simply happened is that we'll request a withdrawal. The prop firm will give us 80% of 2,420, which is 1,936. And then Nostra AI will remove the normal 30% times 30%, which is 580. So what you do, 1,936 minus 580, you're left with what, 13,556. So it means that for today, everybody would have been going home with $100 minimum for, for just one day. If you want to put that in terms of percentage return of your capital you deposited, it simply means that you've gotten what, 100% in one day. That is just the mind-blowing effect of profit. Mind you, there's a waiting period. Because we might take like 1 month, 2 months to pass phase one and phase two. But after that, I call it the reaping period, the fast track period. Because for someone who started profit and someone who's trading live accounts, you are like a tortoise and a hare. Do you understand? What is it called now? The hare might run fast. You understand? Like we all know that story of the hare running fast, and then when it gets to a tree, that's how the life account. But overall, the tortoise will still what get ahead and even overtake the hare. That is the way this works. So, but when the payer starts coming, I can assure you, it's way mind blowing compared to when you trade your live account. So for this week, this is what the 200,000 accounts have made, $6,448. So again, I like doing practical mathematics. Assuming this is a live account, and then we requested for those payers for the week, the profit will give us 80% of it, which is $5,158. Profit, let's try I will take away 30%, which is 1,547. So let's say minus 1,547. So that will give us 3,600 awards, $11. And then that will be divided by the 13 people in the community, which means that everybody would have gone home today with $277 per slot. So if you have 2 slots, double of it. Again, that is like 277% in 1 week. And I can assure you there are weeks that can even be way higher than this as well. And of course, don't forget, there are still weeks who might just share, little on the profit. So that also happens. So thank you very much for listening. I will encourage you to join this Australia crowdfunding community because profit crowdfunding, because like I told you, this might just be the last time and we have limited slots, 13 slots. 13 slots left. Last time it took us just 3 days to have the whole slot to be filled. This time I doubt after tomorrow we will have any slot remaining again because payment will start from tomorrow. For tomorrow, 8 o'clock, the wallets in the 8 in the morning, the wallet to be dropped in the group wallet address for you to make payments. So once all the slots are completed, if the slot get completed by Sunday, we buy the account and then we start trading from on Monday. So whenever the slot gets completed, we'll start trading immediately. So thank you very much for listening. At this point, I will stop the recording and then we would entertain questions if you have any.